Bill, otherwise known as tall, dark, and handsome. The only time some of you laughed today was there. Really?
We're warming up.
You're warming up. I'm like a fungus. I grow on people. Folks, I asked everybody on my team, by the way, are there lines? No. What's my goal? I need 10 people on Performance Club, not counting myself, 3 consecutive months. Not people who hit Performance Club this month and gone next month. Hit Performance Club's gone. They have to be on Performance Club for 3 consecutive months and they get a circle. How do I identify my leadership team? People say, well, you never talk to me. You're not working with me. If your name's not in one of these circles, you're probably absolutely right. I'm not. Don't tell me you want to be on my leadership team. Show me. Right? Y'all with me? I was talking to somebody whose son is in the military right now, basic training at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, I believe, in the Special Forces. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Gentleman in the back. My last station was Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We were attached to 182nd Airborne. Okay? They brought us our lunch, you know, and they cleaned up the site after we left. I give the airborne guys anybody can jump on the plane. Jump out of the plane at 30,000 feet and point your feet straight down and see, you're, you know, right behind you, as fast as you can go. Then talk to me about what jumping out of an airplane is. That was way off the subject, by the way. If you're not in this, where I was going with that, what is the military's job in basic training or any training, the training your son for the Special Forces? What is your drill sergeant's job? I talked about this last night. Break you. Get you to quit. I'm done. Matter of fact, folks, how many of you know why does the military completely shave your head?
And you like everybody else.
To treat you like everybody, because people identify themselves by their hair and everything else. I'm going to, number one, if I shave your head on day 1, what happens to your identity? To even you. You realize it's dehumanizing to people? That's why there's people who say we got to stop doing that to our recruits. I want to smack the people right now. You know? You dehumanize that person completely. You make them think they are lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut. Right? If I can break you, all that I need you to do is say, I quit. And you're done. People say, well, why were you in the Special Forces when there were people who could swim better? They could run harder. They could do things. They were smarter than I certainly. You know, Joe Kapanik, and you put a test in front of him and put a test in front of me, the only thing that means is I need to get close enough to him to copy it. Right? Without getting caught. That's all a test means to me, because he can probably ace a test. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Here's what I learned in the military, and I told this young man, he asked for advice. Folks, your skill set is trained in the military. If you want to be in the, and people say, well, I'm not a good enough swimmer to be in the Navy SEALs. You realize, by the way, the Navy SEALs reject more people who in high school were swimmers than any other group of people. That's why they think I'm going to be a Navy SEAL, because I'm a swimmer. The SEALs teach you the discipline of swimming. They teach you how they want you to swim. You realize if you want to be a sniper in the Special Forces, they are more likely and better off taking a person who has never held a gun than the person who thinks they're an expert at a gun?
Yeah, I believe that.
Because you can't train the right discipline to the person who thinks they know what you're doing. Right. How many of you have had associates you recruited who think they can tear this thing up? They don't want to listen to you.
And they're not here.
And they're not here right now. I'd rather take somebody who knows nothing about I've never been in network marketing in my life before. So Mike Little, who made $107,000 his first year, I figured, what do I need to know? Call him. I didn't tell everybody I know what I'm doing. The military's job is to break you down, to dehumanize you, to get you to the lowest point you've ever been in your life, and then instill the training. Now in Legal Shield, that's not our goal, to break you down. Sometimes I want to, okay? But people, folks, the only thing I can't teach in Legal Shield is desire. I cannot affect your desire. At what point will you quit? And you all will want to quit someday. Will you quit? Will you quit? People say, why are you so successful at Legal Shield? I'm too smart to quit. I've heard people say, we've been too dumb to quit. Well, that's a dumb statement. I'm too smart to quit. Because I see the outcome. I knew when I was in the Delta Force and in training, and by the way, that is the 12-week training, the worst training I've ever been in my life. But I went into it knowing I will reach the other side even if everybody is better than me if I don't quit. You realize that? I mean, that literally, how do you get it? And it's not what I told you to teach your son. Just don't quit. They will teach you everything you need to succeed. Just be there in the training. That's it. That's success, folks. Don't quit. Attend the training, don't quit. Okay? And do then what they tell you, of course. So, if I'm going to hit executive director, I need Bradley right here, right? That's my son. He's on performance mode. I got Marcia. Okay? I have Shireen. I have Mar. Y'all see what I'm doing here? I keep going all the way down this. By the way, Performance Club for Life is 20 people in Performance Club for 12 consecutive months. I have 16 right now. 16. Who is my leadership team?
16.
Folks, if I teach these people Performance Club, if they're only selling memberships, how many sales do I have right here? Not counting my own. 50. 50. What's executive director?
50.
50. Not counting my own. Now some of these people will recruit. You don't get the membership point, but I'm throwing my own sales in there. So if you have 4 names filled in, how close are you to executive director?
40%.
You're 44%. When I get the 5th name, I'm halfway. When I get the 6th name, I'm where? When they drop out, what do you do? By the way, I should not have erased that name. That's called a clue too. But I missed that clue. This is free training, by the way. You did not pay for this. Okay? Y'all with me here? How do you get executive director? Put 10 circles. By the way, now, how do you get to bronze? Get one. No. Get one of these people to build 10 circles. Y'all with me? How do I hit silver?
2.
Getting 2 of these people to build 10. How do I get gold?
3.
3. How do I hit platinum?
4.
I did a call the other night for my team. Mike, you were on that call. I said, listen, I've identified my leadership team. You realize, folks, in 16 years of Legal Shield, I have never been platinum. I have 5 people on my team who have been platinum. I have 5 ring earners on my team. But I have never been platinum. Why? Because if you remember the old Legal Shield program, I have 242 legs. I have almost 8,000 sales associates on my team right now. If Legal Shield would let me take and put those all in 4, but remember, that's not how we were taught. How many of you remember the millionaire formula that Harlan Stone's ever taught? 21 legs producing makes you $1 million, right? 7 and 9 makes you 100,000. So what were we taught to do?
Go wide.
But, by the way, anybody know what Larry Smith, y'all know Larry Smith out of, he's left Phoenix. Is he in California again now?
Yeah.
California. San Diego. What is his quarterly bonus? As a platinum, you realize Platinum World has a quarterly bonus. You get a percentage of the company's quarterly profit. $46,000 last quarter. Y'all didn't pick that up.
I did.
You realize he makes almost $200,000 in non-charge backable bonus just because he's a platinum? Has nothing to do with his commissions. He gets $2,500 a month car allowance. $2,500. Every hotel he stays in, he gets free upgraded to the suite, and every time he flies, he gets free upgraded to first class. He buys the regular ticket, Legal Shield gives him the first class ticket. Because he's platinum. And so I identified, here are my leaders. Here is who I am working with. I did a call the other day for Mike Little. John, you were on that call. Mike asked me to speak to his leadership team. Now, I'm 23 levels under Mike. But we've developed a relationship together. He said, Bill, I want you to come in and talk to my leaders about reaching executive director. Can I teach you one other phrase, and then we've got to get into the training. Y'all just quit making me think here, okay? Would you write this down? And John, you heard me say this on the conference call. Mike, you heard me say it on our conference call. There is no next month. There is no next month. Some of you need to write that down and put that everywhere in your car, your home. You are pushing, I tell everybody, I am good, and I'm really seriously working on it. I'm going to write a book called Another Night with the Frogs. Remember that in the Bible? Remember the plagues that Moses and everything else did? They had the pestilence going on with the frogs. When did Pharaoh say, get rid of the frogs? One word in the Bible. No, he didn't say now. He said tomorrow. Did he not? Moses is in front of Pharaoh, the frogs are everywhere, and Moses says, let my people go, right? And the frogs will disappear. And when did Pharaoh say, okay, let's get rid of the frogs? Moses, do that tomorrow. Why would you say that? I mean, look at, in hindsight, well, okay, Moses, that's it, get rid of them tonight. I don't want to sleep with frogs tonight. Most of you are building your business meaning I'm going to start this tomorrow. When's tomorrow happen?
The day after today.
You're spending another night with the frogs. Don't look at your husband, by the way, ladies. Tomorrow, you're out of here. Pastor, think about that as a message sometime. Both the two ministers here. Tomorrow. That's what Pharaoh said, tomorrow. So I'm writing a book called Another Night with the Frogs. Most people put off success till tomorrow. Folks, there is no next month. I will have people on my team who will call me and say, well, Bill, I'm 10 sales away from executive director. I'm going to get it next month. And there's still 2 days left in the month. You know what I say? Okay. Because what can I not teach?
Desire.
Desire. Can I try to motivate them? I could. Why? Replace them. Not trying to be mean, folks. When I was on the Delta Force, you didn't motivate your partner, or you were dead. Y'all with me? He better be just as highly motivated as I am. Lolly, bolly, pop, and smoke, man. We are moving. Meaning get your butt out of the air and get moving. Hug the ground and roll. Folks, some of you are trying to motivate people. Some of you, when we leave here today, you are going to try to call your team and tell them what happened. Why? You're trying to give people something you can't. You can give them knowledge. Knowledge on ice is what? Worthless. Y'all get me? Hopefully what I'm giving you here will change. I've been trying to give you what I call clues, the nugget for success, right? You attend that luncheon with those attorneys, that evening meal. You get as many of your associates there as you can. Because, folks, if I get my associates to attend that meeting with those attorneys, I will guarantee you I can start filling in more circles within 3 months. I just guarantee it because I've been in this industry 16 months. When I can get my associate as close to the product as possible, I have a good soul, a product. I have a good associate rather. Okay? You have, folks, we have what is called a corporal. If I was selling you this table, I could show you the table. Y'all with me? Mm-hmm. How do you show somebody Legal Shield?
Stories.
It is not a product that I have in front of you, right? So you are buying what when you buy Legal Shield? Me. That lady, if she sat down with a friend and told them about what they did for her car, will they buy?
Yeah, should.
Why?
Because of her belief.
She is so sold on what she's doing. So if I can teach my associates, the product is the attorneys, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Our product is the attorneys. So how many of my associates do I want to get in front of those attorneys?
Oh.
Everyone. If they say, I can't make it, something's going on, what goes through Bill Walker's mind? And my son will tell you this very much about me.
Excuses.
What is the maximum effective range of an excuse? 0. Give me one excuse and see what I do. One excuse. Jack Miller and Mike, you remember years ago, I used to say peanut butter. On the phone to people, and
Yeah.
I tried to be nice. Remember that? They'd say, oh, well, Bill, and I just interrupt and say peanut butter. Meaning, I'm trying to be nice words. And now I listen to them and I say, fine, that's okay, whatever. Meaning, you just told me, here's my breaking point, here's where my quitting point is. I want to be successful, but as long as it doesn't conflict with my bowling schedule, or when I get my cat groomed, or, you know, whatever. Okay. Yeah. And you will hear that from me all the time, and John